At its peak, Lakewood Church drew more than 50,000 worshipers every weekend, generating close to $90 million annually. Once a symbol of faith and spectacle, the church filled a massive 16,800-seat arena that had previously hosted NBA games and concerts. The grandeur of the space, paired with a message of hope and prosperity, made Joel Osteen's church an unmissable event for many. But today, the picture has changed dramatically. Attendance has dropped, revenue has fallen by tens of millions, and a series of scandals and crises have called into question the stability of what was once considered an unstoppable religious empire, transforming a sports arena into a sanctuary. Lakewood Church's building is more than a converted arena. It is a monument to scale and spectacle. In 2003, the church signed a long-term lease for the former Houston Rockets arena. Over 2 years, construction crews spent nearly $100 million transforming the space. The renovation included 5 new stories for offices, children's ministries, and broadcast studios. The sanctuary itself rivals major concert halls, featuring massive high-definition video screens, advanced lighting systems, and state-of-the-art audio-visual equipment. Every element of the building was designed to create a sense of energy and excitement, ensuring that every weekend service felt like both a worship event and a broadcast spectacle. A financial engine, built on faith behind the grandeur, Lakewood Church operates like a well-oiled financial machine. The church's annual revenue hovers around $90 million, largely funded by tithes, offerings, and sales of branded materials. Over 70% of the budget supports broadcasting, weekly services, and nationwide arena tours. With over 350 staff members handling worship planning, translation, and production, the church functions as both a religious organization and a media company. Osteen's television program reaches millions across more than 100 countries, while book sales add another revenue stream. Titles like Your Best Life Now have sold millions of copies, making him a global brand and motivational figure far beyond the walls of the sanctuary. The message of prosperity. Central to Lakewood's appeal is the prosperity gospel preached by Joel Osteen. Sermons emphasize God's favor, abundance, and positive thinking. Hell and sin are rarely mentioned, and controversy is carefully avoided. This message resonates widely, promising hope, motivation, and personal success. Its simplicity and repeatability allowed the church to grow rapidly, turning weekly services into global events. Over time, Lakewood became a hybrid of church, media platform, and motivational brand. For decades, the formula worked, attracting millions and reinforcing the image of the church as a place of generosity, inspiration, and personal breakthrough. Hurricane Harvey. A test of compassion. August 2017 brought Hurricane Harvey to Houston, submerging neighborhoods and straining local resources. While schools, churches, and convention centers opened their doors, Lakewood's 16,800-seat arena remained closed. The church cited flooding, but local residents posted images online showing dry streets and inaccessible doors. The resulting social media backlash questioned the church's priorities and raised public anger. 2 days later, Lakewood reversed course and opened as a shelter. Yet the damage to its reputation was done. Headlines highlighted the contrast between the church's image of abundance and its hesitation to help a city in need, underscoring a widening gap between message and action. Internal criticism and doctrinal debate. Lakewood's approach has also faced scrutiny from other Christian leaders. Michael Horton, a respected theologian, called Osteen's teachings a false gospel, arguing they prioritize personal happiness over core Christian principles. John MacArthur criticized the sermons as overly positive, lacking in spiritual depth. Even Osteen's public appearances reflect a cautious approach to controversy. In a 2011 interview, he avoided detailed doctrinal questions, focusing instead on broad themes of acceptance and encouragement. For critics, this demonstrates a deliberate avoidance strategy, keeping the church accessible to a wide audience while diluting the theological foundation of its faith. The pandemic exposes weaknesses. The COVID-19 pandemic forced Lakewood to close its doors, shifting all services online. While production values remained high, the absence of a live audience revealed weaknesses in the church's model. Broadcasts from empty arenas or Osteen's home began to feel repetitive and thin. What once resonated in a packed room now appeared less compelling on a screen. Attendance dropped further, highlighting the dependence of the church on the energy of live gatherings. Viewers at home could no longer overlook the gap between spectacle and substance, emphasizing that Lakewood's identity was deeply tied to its arena-sized crowd and the sense of collective experience it generated. Declining attendance and financial strain. Today, Lakewood no longer fills its massive sanctuary. Weekly attendance is estimated at around 25,000, less than half its peak. Entire sections of the arena sit empty, a stark visual reminder of shrinking influence. Financial challenges have accompanied the decline in attendance. Revenue has fallen by nearly a third since 2019, with millions in lost donations and shrinking reserves. During the pandemic, Lakewood briefly accepted a $4.4 million paycheck protection loan for staff payroll, later returning it amid public scrutiny. Leaks about hidden cash and unresolved theft cases have further damaged trust, exposing operational strains beneath the church's polished exterior. Security challenges in a megachurch. Lakewood's size and accessibility also create unique security risks. In February 2024, a woman carrying an AR-15 opened fire during a Sunday service, critically wounding her 7-year-old son before being stopped by off-duty officers. The incident underscored a fundamental vulnerability. Mega churches must balance openness with safety. Large crowds, constant visitors, and the need to appear welcoming make airtight security nearly impossible. These physical vulnerabilities mirror financial and reputational risks. While the church's production and facilities are designed to impress, they also create exposure, illustrating that the very elements that once defined Lakewood's strength can now amplify its crises. The erosion of spectacle and meaning. Lakewood's troubles reflect broader trends in American religion. Weekly religious attendance is at historic lows, and megachurch spectacles no longer guarantee influence or loyalty. Online streaming and endless digital content have diluted what once felt unique. High-budget productions that once captivated audiences now risk seeming hollow without the energy of live worshipers. Financially and spiritually, the church faces a reckoning. Its identity, built on abundance, positivity, and scale, struggles to maintain relevance in a society where both attention and devotion are increasingly fragmented. Conclusion: a church at a crossroads. Lakewood Church's trajectory illustrates the challenges of turning faith into a brand. Once an unstoppable empire of hope, spectacle, and revenue, it now faces declining attendance, financial stress, and public criticism. From hurricane controversies to security threats, the crises have exposed the limits of scale, marketing, and media influence. The church's story raises larger questions about American Christianity. What is the cost of turning worship into a spectacle, and what remains when the crowds thin and the cameras turn off? Even in decline, the search for meaning continues.